Hi, Bragg here from C4G. Before we start the video, we've been seeing a little bit of growth, but 73% of you still aren't subscribed. If you like what you see and want weekly podcasts, deck profiles, and more, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Cheers! Hey, it's Bragg here. I'm joined here with Lachlan.
Cowboy for game.
Yeah, and we're here to talk about the Pro Play Games ban list.
Yep. This is
It's a podcast special, and for the YouTube watchers, you're actually seeing us.
This is our first video podcast in a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's much easier to do with two people.
Yeah. So yeah, Pro Play Games have come out with their alternative ban list for the tournaments that they are hosting.
Yes, and we'll cover the bans. Yeah, they ban Needle Fiber, Crystron Hackle Firebax,
Yep.
and Block Dragon.
And Block Dragon.
And the limits. Do we want to talk the bans first?
We'll just talk about the bans first.
Yeah.
Yeah, innit? Like it's
for an online tournament, like 100% banning Needle Fiber is the correct choice. I feel like
yeah. So the thing is,
it's free. No one's spending any money on their online Needle Fibers. You've been playing them for 3 months.
yeah, a lot of people. I guess that's more into what the overall ban list. So we'll just talk about the bans for now. The I think it's
on the mechanics of the card.
Needle Fiber needs to get hit yet. Like they could have just gotten Jet Synchron, and
that's the
O-Line.
Well, but then you can do Sangan and Sangan in a quick draw. You can do any.
But so much more stuff can happen there.
Yeah. Or like what?
Diddy Crow and the Sangan.
Diddy Crow and the Jet Synchron. Like, there's so many like obviously every alternative play can be interrupted, but at the same time, so can the current play.
Yeah.
And we deem that to be toxic. Deem that to be overplayed, I guess. So yeah, losing Needle Fiber definitely curves. Like, instead of banning a whole swash of cards, you get rid of the problem card. And one day Needle Fiber will be banned.
And it will never return.
Yeah.
God, imagine a game that had power crept Needle Fiber.
Yeah.
Do we ever get there? That's not what this podcast is about.
That's the next special episode.
Block Dragon.
Yeah, Block Dragon
It should have been hit on the normal list.
Yeah.
People are saying, oh, it's hurting out Emancipator so much. It's not an Emancipator card.
Yeah, it's Emancipators can probably it definitely is a big hit to them, but Needle Fiber is the lead combo card of one of the Eldritch decks, in which I believe is the more consistent and better Eldritch deck. I like the rest of the Eldritch decks, but
I think any results would back you up there.
Yeah,
Synchro Eldritch does better than combo Eldritch.
So you're hitting the two best variants of the two best decks in your format.
Yeah.
Like,
people are like, oh, it hurts because the Needle Fiber hurts Emancipator too. I'm like, just do everything else. Like if your deck needed Needle Fiber to win, then you don't deserve it.
No. And then the limits?
It was just Scarlet Sanguine.
Yeah.
Scarlet Sanguini.
Yeah, I can see that. And the thing, it's just 2 cards from each deck are being hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my opinion, it seems kind of fair. Maybe they could, and so then that's all the hits that they did. Like that they've done. Then they unlimited the 3 cards that Konami unlimited.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into that. But I think they could have gone further with this ban list.
I think they should have banned other things
like that. But it's them dipping their toe in the water. It's probably for the best. I think these cards are a good choice. They could
absolutely. I did specifically see a comment off of I think it was Fafa. Said something like, "This I couldn't even make it into the 4th round of the Pro Play Games. This is why you leave it to Konami. As much as we put shit on them, this is why you leave it there because all of it was just mind mirrors."
That's implying that every single tournament we've ever watched hasn't been boring.
Yeah, it's like
which there's been.
Remember The
every
Plunder
single-
Patrol player that just mind controlled and then just passed turn.
And that was in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, judging a whole format based off the first 4 rounds of the first tournament and not even waiting to the top tables, I'm not sure if I would go as far to make a call on
It
a
is a
format
pretty
that early.
bodacious claim.
And from what I understand, from last I checked, there were a bunch of Altergeist.
Yeah.
And I get it, Altergeist suck to watch.
Yeah,
Suck to play against. They just, I mean,
they suck.
if pro play games didn't do anything, is like going with their unlimited multi-faker.
They should have just left multi-faker limited.
Yeah, like they probably could have.
But overall, I think, like, there's a reason people are mad about this, right? It's because they can't take whatever deck wins and just win their locals with it.
Yeah,
That's why people are mad about this now.
yeah,
And I think that's where this dichotomy between like the pro players and the people who like just want to stunt at locals.
Yeah.
And have a bit of money spare, they whatever, stimulus check, whatever. And they just want to go, they want to win. And now it's harder to find those lists because of this. But I think we're seeing like better play. Like all we saw was Eldritch Emancipator.
yeah. Like
And I don't have a problem with Eldritch Emancipator. I didn't think either deck should get hit. I think Block Dragon should go because it's free.
yeah,
Right? It's just a free +3.
yeah.
I don't think anything else needs to go though.
Nah,
Like anyone who was saying either deck should get hit on the actual ban list is a bit silly in my opinion.
well, people will call him for sanguine.
To get banned.
To get hit.
Why?
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything.
So into the larger point, that a fair amount of people also seem to be mad that it's fracturing the community, and that there's two versions of play. I mean, there already is rando saying no synchros, no pens.
Yeah, it's like
on
what's the
and that's the thing, like
what's the problem?
I do think someone being like that, they're a private tournament provider, they can do what they want.
Exactly. If you don't like it, don't play.
Yes. And since there's no money exchange, since they're not profiting off the sales of cars, like we can remove the ARG argument from this.
Yeah.
But I do think, especially when Konami come out with such a pro card sales ban list, or which don't rock the boat too much, we still have to sell the product that we released over the last few months, and we don't have any tournaments we know about that produce results, so we don't know what's broken. Pro Play Games isn't in that position, and you probably call them out going, well, hold on, you could do this, and they owned it, and they did it. I hope for the sake of Yu-Gi-Oh, people adopt this alternate format. We've got to start getting into the rhythm of alternate formats. You've got to be able to start spreading your mind across and go, oh, okay, on this online one, because Pro Play Games is 3 months ahead of Konami now.
Yeah.
And eventually they'll catch up. They will bite the bullet eventually and go back to normal whenever they do, in real life tournaments.
Yeah.
But for the moment, I think that this is definitely a good test, and it's good leadership on their part. And
I mean, I don't see a negative.
no,
Outside of
I can't net deck.
yeah, I can't net deck. That's the negative, right?
But I mean, and if you need good deck lists, come to our channel. We're back doing
We've
locals.
got Australia. The lockdown's almost over. We got hella deck lists, fellas. Balls.
Well, where we're going to get deck lists from is another idea. So yeah, we're both. I think more could have been hit, but we're both pro them doing this.
I'm pro doing it. I'm pro the list they put out as well. To be honest, I don't want to see much more hit.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's the thing. Like with Konami, I understand why they hit or didn't hit what they did.
Yeah.
But I think they could have done more. Email us what you think at teamc4g@gmail.com, or leave a comment below if you're on YouTube. And while you're here, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Or if you're listening to us on the podcast, throw us a review on iTunes.
Yeah,
or,
always. If you want one, go to the other.
Yeah, that'd be very much appreciated. And
awesome.
stay tuned for next week's full podcast.
Have a good day, fellas.